Diablo 4 just got a major patch update. We also just got a world's first level 100. We also got to talk about a few player concerns, wants, and desires, and a few issues that are kind of plaguing the game right now. We got a lot to talk about. What's up, World Trivia? Back in the video, today we're checking out all things Diablo 4. Okay, so let's quickly just jump into those patch notes very briefly. And the reason why they are making these major balance changes is because they want the player to both feel truly powerful, but they also want class synergies outside of our bounds within reason. As some skills and builds are just not as effective as they'd like, so they're pushing out some buffs to increase their strengths, but also some major nerfs. And the Paragons, I guess, felt way too overpowered, so they reduced them by a staggering 40% across the board for some ability. Now, Barbarian essentially got nerfed pretty hard. We have some major percentages from like 60% down to 16%. And yes, you heard that right, from 60, basically 70% down to 16%. So just absolutely staggering numbers for the Barbarian to get nerfed. The Druid also got nerfed pretty heavily, but buffed in some areas as well. Their survivability got pretty hard hit there for some items. Necromancer is actually the one class that got buffed here, like majorly buffed. They got their minions buffed, they got a lot of their blood damage buffed, and they actually got their Paragon nodes buffed and not nerfed. Although the nerfs for the Paragon boards were across the board, so literally everything got nerfed by like 40%. Rogue got a few nerfs, but it also got a couple buffs as well. And Sorcerer, for the most part, kind of remained unchanged besides Arc Lash. So Arc Lash and Lightning builds basically took the biggest hit of them all. And apparently I haven't done much experimenting with Arc Lash as I am Sorcerer main, but I did hear that the single target damage for Arc Lash is pretty abysmal now, so I would watch out for other builds. For Paragon, like I said, they got attack speed nodes reduced by 50%, all glyph scaling has been reduced by 34%, critical strike rating got reduced by 66%, vulnerable by 66%, bonus rare nodes reduced by 50%, magic nodes by 40%, glyph bonuses to cold, fire, lightning, non-physical, and physical nodes reduced by 62%, so absolutely staggering changes there. We also did have a few updates to the patch notes, and that is that they significantly reduced the spawn rate of treasure goblins, but it was only within PvP zones. So that was just added there today. There's some bug fixes that they had for stability and crashes, and apparently there's also some FX issues that are with flags. And Adam Fletcher here said that they are aware of this and they will get on to fixing that. The review scores for Diablo 4 are also in, with mostly 9.5s, 4.5, 9s, and 10s. Although I do think this bit of review scores was a bit hand selected, as there was a few 8s as well. We also did have Rob from the block, I'm just kidding, Rob2628 hit world first level 100. And that is incredibly insane. I'm just barely level 56 right now, so the man hit level 100, that's nuts. We also gotta talk about some sorceress tree nodes are basically mathematically useless. There's a post here that talks about Icy Veil, which is your barriers have an increase to 15% duration. However, your barrier duration is only 6 seconds long. That's like decimal points there. Essentially, he was saying that the bonuses are so low that they don't even scale. However, Diablo does calculate for that and sometimes even rounds up with that decimal point. Still though, 5, 10, and 15% for a barrier increase seems like a pretty useless perk. I just put 1 into it because the rest of the perks around there are really good. I'm gonna have my full build guide, mostly full build, on this channel. If you want to check it out, I'll put a link down in the description below. I probably also will be updating that once I get a little bit higher and I get a little bit farther into the Paragon board and I start farming more legendaries, probably when I get to World Tier 4. We also have some complaints about the early leveling that I thought was going to be a problem from beta. And so we have a post here that says, leveling my druid to 50 has made me realize I have absolutely no desire to ever do it again for a season. Early game needs tweaking. Basically, he was saying that it was clunky, slow, miserable experience slogging through the story with the druid. It mainly comes down to weak base skills and lack of resource generation, which I do have to agree. I'm not sure why they went with a mana pool of 100 or a resource gen of 100 when like some abilities on Sorcerer like Blizzard requires 40 of the mana pool. So that's 40% of your resource gen on just one single cast. You know, coming from World of Warcraft and other games, I haven't played Diablo before, so I don't know how the resource generation was in those prior games. However, using that much mana for an ability seems quite insane. I don't even think like max rank of Blizzard in World of Warcraft Classic uses that much. And that's after increasing your rank of Blizzard. Sometimes when you first increase your rank of Blizzard, you really can't even use it because it uses so much of your mana pool. However, it's never like 40%. In fact, I think it's like maybe 20 to 25% max of your mana pool. And Blizzard is a massive ability in WoW Classic, as it kind of is in Diablo 4. However, with this one, the resource generation and with the mana that you use, it's just kind of insane to take it. People also want a playtime tracker, which, yeah, I'm surprised for a Blizzard game there's no playtime tracker. And also on both my clan and some friends that I've had from classic days, etc., have all been complaining about the mount and the mount cooldown and how the mount feels. And yeah, the mount for me does feel really, really janky, especially compared to Lost Ark. I hate to compare it to that game, but that's the only reference that I have. And the mount in Lost Ark was very fast, very rapid. You hopped on, you hopped off. But with Diablo, it feels very, very janky. I don't know what it is. There's like some lag and rubber banding when you hop on your horse. And also even getting off the horse and using that one main ability was kind of laggy too, or at least felt like latency stuff there. And the movement is so bad when you're trying to move to a different area, because for some reason the game doesn't have any pathing. Sometimes when you click on a faraway spot or like up a staircase, your character won't actually walk up the staircase, they just walk straight at the wall. And with Lost Ark, they actually had pathing, so when you click on the staircase, your character went there. Same with like League of Legends and any other game. But for some reason in this game, there's no pathing for certain areas, so your character just essentially walks into a wall. And it's even worse when you're on a mount and there's a small rock in front of you, or you're trying to navigate a narrow area. Your mount will walk at essentially snail pace. It's very, very slow compared to the fast riding. There's actually several posts about it here, even on the Reddit, so I do hope they fix it, and it does seem like a major player complaint. Now, if you guys are having trouble leveling, I also do have a little guide for XP farm. And the XP farm is soloable and done in a group. It's really, really good and really fast. It's about a level per hour, even solo. And even with the recent patch, it didn't get changed at all, so don't worry, there's nothing different there. It still has the group of mobs as far as I know. Also, a little quick tidbit here. There were people asking about a global chat and worried why there is no global chat. And yeah, I do wish there was a global chat. However, you can enable trade chat. I'm not sure why this isn't enabled by default. Hopefully this isn't a future with Blizzard games. As coming from World of Warcraft Classic and even World of Warcraft regular and retail, yeah, everybody loves the trade chat. Everybody wants to be able to talk in global chat, and people just like and enjoy that. Lost Ark even had a global chat, and that was like the best part of the day, was seeing people in global chat type and spam and just have fun and whatever. They talk to politics, they talk whatever. It's still a good time. I like to have that atmosphere, especially as a mainly solo player. I really do enjoy that chat experience, so head into the options and you can actually enable the trade chat. That way you don't feel so lonely out in the open world. I'm also curious on how you guys are enjoying the game, what you guys are playing, what level you guys are. Kind of curious how I stack myself against other people, what level you currently are at, and into comparison of what my level is. Also, if you enjoyed the game so far, if you're enjoying the campaign, if you think the leveling is slow or sluggish, or it's fast and decent, what other wants and desires that you might want from this game that hopefully they can get in before either Season 1 or even before the full release. But that is about covered for today's video. If you'd like, and subscribe, and until the next one. Deuce.